So people who tend to still be around their abuser, the person that raped them, physically assaulted them, or um, were using coercive control on them. The reason why, first of all, if they still choose to be around that person, just know that you should not be around that person because you are not safe and your children are not safe. And a lot of the times, the reason why people choose to still be around their abuser and go silent is because a lot of the times the abuser is linked to people in high places like police officers, judges, lawyers, um, high rank, even in the military, high ranked people, and they know people in high places that can cover it up, and they're just going to try to make them look crazy. And a lot of the times they've seen that person do someone else like that before, so they say, they just think that the safest thing to do is to stay quiet, which is what the abuser wants. When they choose to stay quiet, the abuser a lot of the times finances them in some way, shape, or form. They give them money, they buy them whatever they want because they're buying their silence. Now, someone who chooses not to stay silent, someone who chooses to speak out, they are going to do whatever they can to control them and to let them know, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to take your money. I'm going to stop you or prevent you from making money. I'm going to ruin everything in your path, so until you shut the hell up. And sometimes if that does not work, they will do everything in that they can to make that person look crazy, call them a liar, um, bring in other people to, you know, help them destroy that person's character and image, because you speaking out ruins their image. It ruins the abuser's image. The abuser has an image to maintain. And you speaking your truth, it sheds light on their mask, letting people know this person is not who they say they are. This person is a fraud, pretty much. So it's happened to me plenty of times, starting with my mom. When I was in my 20s, when I had my first kid, I needed a place to stay, despite the fact that I had my siblings in my house. And it was me, and I had my sister and my brother, and things got hard for me to where we had to move because I couldn't maintain the bills, right? Now, they ended up getting their own place, so I asked them if I could stay. Well, my mama got to them first. My mama told them to tell me that I couldn't stay. Despite the fact that I'm 21 years old. My brother was 17, 18, fresh out of high school. My sister, she was 20 years old. There was no reason for me to still be 21 years old, 22 years old, with my siblings in my house, taking care of them, when they have a parent who was well established, but I never had an issue with it. They're my siblings, so of course I'm gonna bring them in. Another thing that happened to me is that my mom, I asked my mom if I could stay with her. She would not let me stay because I would not stay silent. But she also would not let me stay, I believe, because her husband, which is my stepdad, he made a pass at me. And this was after I had my first kid. He made a pass at me, and because I didn't want him, I didn't give him access. I believe that he went and told my mom to tell me no, but he came back and told me that he told her to let me stay, and she said no. I don't know how true that is. That's just what he told me. Another thing that happened to me was coercive control. I used to be military, and because I did not want to continue to have an affair with a specific person, this person isolated me. This person smeared my name. This person tried to get me jumped on because I moved on with my life, even though he was not helping me with my kid. He thought that him not helping me with my kid I was going to struggle, which I did struggle, but it doesn't matter how much I struggle, I'm going to always make a way. That's always been me. And because I did not struggle as long or the way that he thought I was going to struggle, he decided to do everything that he could to prevent me from moving forward in life. I've been called names. People have smeared my name. He's attached himself to other people and to he just did a lot of things to me, and it caused other people to mistreat me based on what he was saying, because I would not do what he wanted me to do. I would not stay quiet because he was going around lying, and I was exposing him for who he really was. And because I was exposing him, because he did not want to be exposed, he decided that he did not want to be a part of my daughter's life. And that's fine by me. You ain't got to be, because bitch, if your hatred for me is more important than the love that you have for your kid, that's on you. That ain't got shit to do with me, because I'm gonna always do my part regardless. Today this man is behind $6,700 and some dollars in child support, and he say he make $5,000 a month from what I seen. But and those people still stalk me to this day. But anybody that is still in contact with your abuser, leave them alone, because they are not safe for you or your children. Because a lot of the times when it comes to abusers, if they can't get to you, can't force you to do what they want you to do, they're going to attack your children mentally and emotionally by giving them whatever they want, by giving them money, by trying to create emotional distance between you and your kid, and try to make it seem like, oh, well, they understand your kid better than you understand your kid. They do things like that. So that's another thing for y'all to understand. A lot of the times people don't mean to side, sometimes people don't mean to side with your abuser, but if they do, sometimes it's because they are afraid, sometimes it's because they're being lied to, and sometimes they just aware of what's going on and they do not give a fuck about you.